Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and thank you to the good minority leader for allowing me to have a little bit extra rope here to lift up the microphone. I rise today in support of the resolution before us, and I want to walk through kind of the history of how we arrived here. And the first thing I want to do, I'd like to thank the good chair of the Government Administration Elections Committee for the work we did 2 years ago in the conversations and the debate to get to where we are today, bringing this amendment forward. And a lot of the debate is on the what-ifs, and there are still unknowns, even if this amendment passes and the people decide to early voting. The cost is unknown, the process is unknown, but when you look at what is happening across the majority of the United States, the majority of states do have early voting in some fashion, and the people have overwhelmingly supported that. We see lines at county clerk's offices across the country for those that desire to vote early. And I think that's a good thing. You see turnout that is excited about voting and willing to wait in line early and make that decision and exercise their right to vote. The reason we came to the wording that is in this process was really a conversation that happened between the chair and conversation with the Secretary of State and what she wanted to see in this process. And what she was looking at was the state of Massachusetts, and essentially what they did is offer the opportunity to vote early in person at the town clerk's office. The motto of the language requires this voting be in person. You know, there's been debate. Would that require you to have your polling places open? Would it be with the town clerk or whatever that might be? That certainly would be for a future legislature to decide what that might be. But if we look at how early voting is implemented across this country, it is out the county clerk's office. In other states, in our case, it would be a town clerk's office. And I think that is the appropriate way, using the absentee ballot process, which is what the other states do as well. It's an existing process that is there. And I would encourage the next legislature, should the people decide that they want this opportunity to vote early and they vote in favor of amending the Constitution, to take that opportunity, not to create a new process. I would also, you look at the time, how much time we should allow for early voting. I would also commend the future legislature, and certainly we can't bind them, but to take a measured approach and potentially, as has been discussed here, 3 days in the first 7, having one Saturday available, for instance, to allow people that are working 5 days a week an opportunity on a weekend. But to give the opportunity for the people to take advantage of the right to vote in a manner that they choose to, and whether they want to vote early or they want to come on Election Day, that's their choice to make. But once again, I just want to rise up and say once again thank you to the good chair for all his work 2 years ago to get this through, working with the Secretary of State to understand what her intent was in bringing this amendment forward. And I think it does give opportunity for the voters of the state of Connecticut to take advantage of early voting like many other residents of this country, and it will be up to us in the legislature to make sure that that's done in a prudent and fiscal responsible manner such that our towns, small and large, can adequately provide that service in the best way possible. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Representative France, thank you for your remarks.